sun comes up. The trash truck, the engine roars. As the engine ignites, Randy wakes up and remembers where he is. He reaches for a plastic cup and he starts to relieve himself. He gets dressed, finishes his food reserves. With his dirty clothes in one hand and his cup of urine in the other, he steps outside of the tent. Ralph leaves the cup on his ground to his left, and then he drops his clothes to the right. Later in the day, the urine is collected and harvested for phosphorus and nitrogen. The dirty clothes are collected and converted to raw materials. Ralph reaches into his pockets of the new clothes, finding a clean pair of gloves and a fresh mask. Mark steps out of his tent. He places his cup of urine to his left and yesterday's dirty clothes to his right. He reaches into his pockets and puts on his mask and gloves. John steps out of his tent. Cup of urine to the left, clothes to the right, gloves and a mask. Ralph is first in line, as usual. The security officer takes his photo and hands him a Fitbit and a burner phone. These devices and his clothes are his for the day. The phone contains the access code to enter the door. Ralph's favorite sensation is the complex, unique smell of the interior. It feels alien. It contains traces of citrus and exotic herbs and spices. As usual, he heads straight for the mailroom. The mailroom is a 10 by 20 replica of the tent city. There are shoe boxes in rows on the floor, and each box represents a tent. It's too early to receive mail, but that is not why Ralph is here. Each box contains scrap paper and a pen or a pencil. Until your mailbox becomes an inbox, it is an outbox. Ralph places his requests for the day. There's a 99% likelihood he will get anything he asks for within 6 to 8 hours. The security officer takes Luke's photo. Fitbit and burner phone, enters the building. Jonathan's photo. Fitbit and the burner phone, enters the building. Luke has some big ideas and heads straight for the supply manager's office. The highest office his security clearance allows him to access. Jonathan isn't awake yet, so he finds a place to sit down and browse Twitter. They have almost 45 minutes of unstructured time. The trash truck is fitted with a bang-in system with rather expensive subwoofers and power amp. Lucas and Greg are anxious to push its limits, but they are not allowed to play music until they pass through the security gate and into the outside world.